Hi Scorpio, welcome to your end of September 2018 tarot update. It's Rena here. I'm just starting over again because I was clearing my throat a number of times, and I just felt like until I can edit these kind of things out, I'm trying to start over again. And it's a shame because I really liked my flow for that. But, you know, it is what it is. And I just wanted to also let you know that I picked an additional final card because when I end on a card like the Three of Swords, I feel like I must do that. I have a sense that for some of you, you've been disappointed at work, that there was something that you wanted, some kind of a promotion that didn't come through. And this guy, which is at the foundation of the reading, the King of Pentacles, may be the culprit, and this may be your boss or some, you know, district manager or something like that. Maybe corporate overlords. And this can be in your private life, an earth sign. Taurus is your opposite sign, so that can be a strong pull. Virgo and Capricorn are the other earth signs. Or a business owner. This could be like related to banking, and you may have felt that you were deserving of something. This is the card of victory, but it's in the challenge position. So you may have felt that this was owed to you for some reason because the amount of years you've put into it, or because they had previously told you were going to get this promotion or whatever it is. Maybe it was more money. Maybe you're supposed to get a raise and then they reneged on it. And as a result, this is your card. The Death card is your card, Scorpio. But it also can be like this job is dead to you, but you just haven't maybe made the effort to leave. It's a card of transition. So it can point to change. But one thing to kind of remind you is that the universe may be nudging you along and trying to get you out of that comfort zone and into something that is more aligned with who you are right now. Maybe when you started this job, if you've worked there for many years, you may have felt that it was yours to have, and yet it's no longer serving you. It's not. If something leaves you, believe that it's meant to leave for a reason. Don't just assume that you're losing something. You may be gaining a lot more. And actually, as the higher message, we have the Emperor, which is about taking control over your own life and really stepping into your power. And maybe you have been allowing other people to determine your life for too long. I want to say too that sometimes I think a sign like Scorpio, fixed sign like Scorpio, really still holds this belief that if they show up to work every day and they stay at the company and they show loyalty to a company, that is going to translate into them climbing the corporate ladder. And I don't think it works that way anymore. And I think that's actually good, because if you think about it, if you just put in your time, and it's almost like somebody who becomes a teacher, and thankfully I think these are people in the minority, or becomes some kind of a public servant so that they can have a pension, and they put in their time, they put in their years. That kind of person tends to mail it in. Maybe they can do a good job of kind of fantasizing about, you know, the that maybe they can try to pretend that they are really connected with whatever work they're doing, but eventually it comes back and bites them, I think, a lot of times, because you cannot just expect having a steady paycheck to be enough to have a happy life. It doesn't work that way. And I know that a sign like Scorpio may be happier than most to just be in that routine, just so that they can have that sense of financial security. But it may show up in other areas where you feel a sense of that your life is either empty, a sense of unfulfillment. And I think that honoring that feeling is very, very important in order to go after what is, your best way to serve others. Because it isn't just about you, and I think that you know that. And so a situation like that, if it is the ending of a job, be grateful for that job and be grateful for the experience that it afforded you, but be ready to move on. Don't cling to it. The Death card is about change that you have to just kind of flow with, that you can't just like cling on for dear life and expect it to not happen. And I think that's lovely. I think that's wonderful that life is like that. The Emperor connects with the sign of Aries. I connect it with Capricorn, and this could be this person. This is the spiritual message, so maybe it's saying that this person, you may cast them as the villain, but they may have a very important thing to teach you. Also, the Emperor can be the father. So projection is certainly a thing that a water sign person may engage in, and may be very, it might be kind of unconscious that you are projecting a poor relationship with a father onto an authority figure. And or even like if the mother is the one who wears the pants in the family, she could be the, if you have a female boss, or even in general, just having a very authoritarian type of parent could lead to resentment in the child and growing up to resent authority figures. Don't tell me what to do. And yet that's their job, isn't it? You can always work for yourself. The more practical message is represented by the Ace of Swords. This is about beginning something. It's a very positive card. It's about beginning something with the knowledge of what the truth is. So in other words, this situation that I am presenting here may be something that kind of was like a revelation to you, where you kind of saw things as they are finally. Maybe you're in a sense of denial over it. And like I said, this could be too that perhaps if this is your love life, that you are ending things with either a Capricorn or another earth sign, or that is the person that is right for you and you are with a fire sign. And I think the Six of Wands connects with Leo, which I definitely could see a Scorpio person with. And so maybe you finally have realized the truth of the dysfunction in that relationship, and that will allow you to move forward. And that could be with this person. What is coming in is represented by the Page of Wands, which is good news. You could be hearing maybe from another employer. Again, you may not be quitting a job just yet. You just may be in the stage of realizing how this person has messed with your head, led you on, told you things that were not, maybe they really meant them in the moment, but in the long run, with the fire sign energy, with the Six of Wands, that could be somebody who hyped something. Maybe they, made you think that they really were into you more than they really were. Maybe it was just like kind of a physical thing. And they tried to, what song came into my head? That song by Shaka Khan. And it may be a physical thing. Feelings that I got for you, babe. I feel for you. Yeah, that was that song. So, yeah, so maybe it's something along those lines, that you realize that it wasn't what this person made it out to be. And so you're seeing it for what it really is. The outcome is, I could have left it like this, is the Three of Swords, which is a card of heartbreak. I could have, because it's not necessarily negative, it could just mean that you realize that you are hurting from this situation. Maybe you've been in kind of denial over how much it's impacted you. But the Three of Swords can also be cutting something off very cleanly, and, you know, I was going to say suddenly, but it's not so much suddenly, but decisively. So it's not letting a relationship kind of hang on for 6 months after you have decided to leave it, or a job where you just like say, okay, this is it. Because you may right now be in a netherworld situation where you realize that you will never trust these people again as long as you live. That, you know, whether it's the boss and could be coworkers too, but this is like an authority figure, that you're not going to trust him again. And, or even, you know, in a private relationship too. And so there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know that eventually that this is toast, that you're done with this person. How, you know, however they play into your life, whatever role they play, and that you're just done. But in the meantime, you may be still kind of getting your ducks in a row. And the Three of Swords can be like, okay, once I do that, I'm just going to say that's it. And I'm not, you know, you might be like, no, I'm not going to give you 2 weeks notice because you didn't afford me the same courtesy when you did this or you did that. By the way, I'm not advocating that. I mean, the more gracious you can be, the better. But sometimes I wonder, because they try to make you feel like, oh, that, you know, you don't want to burn any bridges, or you don't want to come across in a certain way, because then it will just like justify the reason that they fired you in the first place. But, you know, let's face it, it also helps them to have a buffer so that they can find somebody else, you know. So I don't believe in revenge and saying, oh, good, this will like screw them up, and then they'll be like wishing that they still had me and that they had treated me better. I'm not saying that, but making it easy for them, if they have truly screwed you over, I should add. If it's not just a subjective thing where you feel like it was owed to you, but you're really kind of delusional about it. No, if it's something where it was very clear cut that they kind of screwed you over about something, you know, and you're being characterized as like vindictive if you choose to just like walk off the job. I don't know. I mean, you may really feel like, I don't want to make it easy for them because they made it hard for me. Is that vindictive? I don't know. Maybe in some cases it's not. But like I said, I don't tell people what to do. I'm just saying that it's about clean breaks. And then I picked an additional card. I got the Page of Swords, and this could even be you. Maybe you're gathering information. This is like the spy card about their practices because you plan a lawsuit. And if this is some kind of romantic involvement where somebody, you feel betrayed by somebody, you may hear you may have some good news about your own romantic prospects, or perhaps this is something completely in a different area of your life, but something good that you can count on as not like your life totally sucking right now. And you may decide to make a clean break with your partner, and at the same time have a sense of vigilance where you don't trust that necessarily this person is not going to screw you over more, or that you're trying to find out exactly what happened behind your back because you want to be able to, I guess, throw it in their face, or if they tried to act like innocent about it, you have the evidence. This could just simply be that in the future you're going to be more careful. And usually Scorpio people are so suspicious as it is. So I don't want anyone to be paranoid. It's just about seeing the red flags when they occur. You know what I mean? There are certain things that people may, traits that they may exhibit that when you think about it, they really are connected to somebody who is behaving in a sketchy way, is pretty much not being straight with you, and things like that. Okay, Scorpio, that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, the link is below this video. My website is rainamoonastrology.com, and rain is like rain, like R-A-I. Some people always think I'm saying it's raining here. And they said it's always raining where you live. I don't know. I sometimes I can't tell when people are joking or not. Okay. Scorpio, have a great rest of September. Bye.